Good evening, everybody. What is up? I was just talking to Epcot Bob, and he said, let's see if we can get a little of that road trip Dave life into this thing. So, what is up? Welcome to the his house. Glad to have you here. Hey, see the people are joining quickly. Let me say hello. And sorry for the delay, by the way. Had a little bit of trouble with OBS. So, T-Town Mary Ellen, good to see you, Mary Ellen. Hey, Angela. Angela, Pirate Princess Red, by the way, just went live for her first time, I believe. And it was, I think it was about birds, and it's awesome. So check out Pirate Princess Red. Hey, Wendy, Happiness and Sweet Tea, good to see you. Hey, Leanne, Suna Girl, my good friend, good to see you. Let's go on here. Make sure I don't miss. Yeah, nice Soarin' music, huh, Bob? Kind of thought you might like that. Noah, awesome. Good to see you, Noah. Let's see who we got here. All right. Hey, Arjons. Good to see you, Richard. All right. Guys, thank you very much for joining me. I am doing the Rob Fuzz Top 10 Mega Tag Challenge. And you know what? I'm excited to do this one. Not only because I'm excited to tell you about my top 10 things, but I am also excited to talk a little bit about tomorrow night's stream with Leanne, which is part of the reason I'm doing this tonight. So thank you for joining. I see you're all greeting each other. Awesome. Don't forget to hit the like button. Hey, I got a thumbs down. Awesome. I was just telling Bob, I said, I think the real sign of me I'm doing well is when I get a troll or when I get a thumbs down. So, all right. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody. How's the volume? Is everything coming through all right? If anybody could comment on that, that would be awesome. Trying to do better at talking at a good rate, looking at the camera, not being too caught up with the technical stuff. So, all right, thanks, Wendy. Okay, guys. Yay, glad to get the thumbs down. I appreciate that. All right. Thanks, Noah. Appreciate you smashing the like button. Guys, tonight I am somewhat prepared. It sounds a little quiet. Oh, you might have to turn up your volume, Bob. Let's see if I can adjust that here. It seems that I have it up as best I can, so you might just have to turn it up there. All right, guys. Notice how you say guys a lot when you're live streaming. I want to get right into this because mainly I want to get through my top 10 things, but I also want to talk a little bit about Leanne Suna Girl's live stream tomorrow night. All right, here we go. So first off, I wanted to do a shout out from my partner Road Trip Dave. You know, my Dreamers Empire channel, as you guys know, I have two channels. I have the live place and I have Dreamers Empire. So basically with Dreamers Empire, I have partner channel Road Trip Dave. You all know Road Trip Dave. This guy's awesome. His streams are now on Saturday nights at 9 o'clock. So make sure that you check out Road Trip Dave. I think all of you already do. And so now I wanted to do a quick shout out to my live place partners. And here they are. I'm not going to read them off because there's actually too many. But if you're a live streamer with the live place, I've got you in the site as a partner, and I don't think I've missed anybody, but if I have, let me know. So basically, here is the first half of the list, and you will recognize probably most or all of those live streamers. And then here is part 2. And that should be everybody that has wanted to be associated with the live place is in there. So there we go. Back to me. All right, here we are. Little lesson, if you're going to use OBS, I had to reinstall Windows on my laptop, and when you get it reinstalled, the default, it goes to Twitch, not YouTube, which I forgot. So that was why I was 3 minutes late. Finally got that figured out. Tonight, because I have some allergies, if I have some coughing issues, I'm just plain going to go to this screen, and here you go. Hopefully I won't have to, but if I do, there we go. We're all set up and ready to go. All right. Top 10 Disney tag. So Rob Fuzz did this, like, I want to say between a month and 2 months ago, and he just made this very general mega tag top 10 Disney thing challenge. And I thought, well, that sounded pretty fun to me. So I came up with this list, and I kind of wanted to do it with Epcot Bob, who's on the stream, but he's just back from Romania, and I had a little bit better chance to prepare and so forth. So he just decided to join. Hey, Rob Fuzz, awesome. You're the man. I'm here doing this because you're the man who started this. So I have not even started yet. I'm just about to begin. Now, hey, Megan, Mickey's Magic. Good to see you. Thanks for joining, Megan. I appreciate that, guys. I realize that there's a lot of live streams to join, and so appreciate it when you take a little time out. Thanks for doing this, Dean. Halfway through Phil Collins, awesome. Yeah, Rob is the most world traveler. He's the biggest world traveler I know, and so he is at a Phil Collins concert. So I'm sure some of you are pretty jealous. Yeah, well, Bob, it was understandable just getting back from Romania. Yes, you did, Rob Fuzz. You mega tagged me. All right. Let's see. Let's go with this thing. All right. Number 10. My 10 top Disney things. Very general, right? What does this mean? All right. Well, I'm going to start with at the bottom. So this would be my 10th most favorite. And I'd love to get your comments on it. Maybe it'll stir some thoughts. Number 10 is pre-trip Disney mailings. Will he serenade some Tarzan for us, Rob? Yeah, no kidding. He's done a number of things, hasn't he? I always think of him in Hook. Number 10, Disney correspondence is what I really should have said. So, have you ever noticed how magical it is when you're expecting that trip coming up and you get that email and it's got your name in it or your family's name, or you get something in the mail, snail mail. And I just think Disney does such an amazing job of getting us excited for our upcoming trip and their correspondence. This is just one example of how Disney just does these amazing things to get us excited. And so number 10 on my list is pre-trip mailings and emails and that sort of thing. So that is number 10. I'm just going to move through this kind of fast. Same here, Megan. And even after the trip, isn't that something? You know, it's like really they're telling us you should come here 2 to 3 times a year. And Bob actually took them up on that offer. He goes at least that. Bob says, I was super excited getting an email from Pop Century saying a pool was closed. Yeah, right. I know what you mean. It's like anything, right? Leanne says, I love it. I was actually reading about why they do that tonight. Oh, really, Leanne? That's interesting. You have to, if that's a link you can send me, please send that to me. All right. Number 9. Am I doing all right here? Hopefully I'm not missing any comments. Number 9. Disney employees. Now, I think this is one that probably most of you would probably put on their list, but Disney employees. Angela says, I love the amazing thank you postcards they give you on your last day. Yeah, Angela, that's a really great point. It's so special. They're just so, they've just got so many details like that make it awesome. I got one for construction noise also. Yeah, right. Thanks, Wendy. I appreciate that. Thank you, Mary Ellen. Bob, appreciate it. Awesome. Yeah, cast members are great, Megan. I agree. I mean, not just the ones that are in the character outfits and so forth, but just so many of them are just amazing. And how do they find these people? How do they do such a good job? I am not a character. I'll go back to camera here. I am not a character meet and greet myself. That's, to me, would be like a little embarrassing, but I do see why people enjoy, even adults can enjoy going up to just the interaction with some of these characters, or whether it be a great waitress or waiter at a restaurant, or just a cast member helping you around the park. I think they're just amazing. So number 9, Disney employees. Megan says, okay, well, thanks. That's for Angela. Oh, yeah, I agree, Megan. That was really cool. Sooner Girl, love the cast members. Just think that what the park would be like without the custodial department and groundskeeper. I know, right? I mean, every detail. You just go into any other place and you say, why is this so sloppy, or why are we out of napkins, or this or that. That is not going to happen at Disney World. So Epcot Bob, yeah, I love any correspondence. True, I am an adult and love meeting characters. Yeah, Megan, I've seen like I see Prince Charming Dev, he likes to go meet the characters, and it looks like a lot of fun. I wish I was comfortable doing that, but I've never been. So all right, next, number 8. Hey, I was going to ask you guys if you have any guesses. Now, Bob, I'm almost afraid to ask you to guess, because you guess a lot of them, but you'll understand this next one, and that is number 8 is the monorail. I know you first saw that picture, you might have thought I meant Epcot, but the monorail. I thought about that. I thought, I like taking the boat sometimes. I just like the transportation around Disney World, but there is just something special about the monorail. Getting in there, hearing the standard, the greetings and por favor mantenga, see all the, I can't say it all, but you know what I'm talking about. So the monorail is definitely one of, my number 8 favorite thing. And one cool thing about the monorail is you can take it, and this would be one way to get into Epcot without even paying. And that's just take the monorail and loop around the Future World area, and you come back to the entrance. So there you go. Leanne says, if we ever meet up in the Park Dean and Epcot Bob, we are going to get a character picture. Absolutely, Leanne. I'd do that in a heartbeat, because I'd have you there to do it. Monorail Bob. Yeah, new name. I like it, Megan. Woohoo, I love the monorail. Mary Ellen, same thing. By the way, Mary Ellen, T-Town Mary Ellen, if you have not checked out her recent videos, she's got some great stuff from Disney World. The one that I watched recently was The Land, her living with the land. Awesome video, Mary Ellen. Check out Mary Ellen's video on Living with the Land. Same with Leanne. She's got some really cool videos. The one that I wanted to call out was the one that she did on the Disney World bus. And it's a short video. If you have not seen it, just go see, and you'll see that Leanne knows how to capture the magic of riding the bus at Disney World. Let's see. Magic of the monorail. Bob loves the monorail. Everything I'm going to say here, Bob's going to love. I'm pretty sure about that. The monorail is one of Dee's favorite rides. Yeah, D being Daniela. That's a cool ride. Leanne loves riding the monorail. Yes, okay, and you watched the video. You're welcome, Mary Ellen. Bob has just agreed, Leanne. We're going to do a character picture with you, and believe me, that's not something Bob and I would do on our own. So that is pretty cool. I've been loving those Disney on Ice videos. Yeah, right. Good point, Megan. Leanne did an awesome job on the Disney on Ice videos. So again, Sooner Girls YouTube channel, you can find that there. Okay, cool. I got that right then, Megan. Thank you. Next is, all right, this one you will probably not readily guess, but my number 7 favorite top 10 thing is water displays, and just in general, water. What is it that Disney does with water that is so magical? I just love being around the Polynesian. Walking into the entrance is amazing. You see the most beautiful water. You hear the sound of waterfalls. Wendy agrees with me. Yes, I think what they do around the lake at Epcot, what they do at in the fountain area of the Future World Park, just walking to these different hotels, and they use water so well, and the smell of water, right? I mean, it's definitely a cool thing. So water, it's the look and smell. Exactly, Mary Ellen. Well, what is it that as somebody I think somebody knows what the chemicals are or something, but whatever it is, it's just amazing. Water is definitely magical. All right, camera, go back to camera for a bit. get better with each of these live streams. Sometimes before I'd forget and I'd just stay on a slide too long. Bromine. Thank you, Angela. Yes. Oh, and Megan said it too. Okay, so bromine, not chlorine. Don't forget the backside of water. That's right. I didn't know that was a thing until I saw it in a Resort TV 1 video, and now I know the backside of water from the jungle ride, right? So the crashing water at the Epcot fountain, right? Bob and I could get there on our first day and just sit there all day, because that's just beautiful right there. In fact, what I don't like is when they have the bands there, because that kind of wrecks it, So I just would rather have some of that ambient music and so forth. All right. Guess what? I just gave away my next one. Now this is something I am definitely got to do a shout out for Epcot Bob here, and it is. You look at that picture, you can't necessarily tell what I'm talking about, but when you walk around Disney World, you're just, let's say you're walking by a hotel at night, or just walking through a less busy area of Disney, what do you notice? You notice ambient music. They have speakers all over Disney World that are piping in not only ambient music, but even just special effects like crickets and frogs and that sort of thing, right? So Bob, and I'm sure most of you know this, is Bob. We put on Minicot at Bob's house. But what Bob has rigged up around his house is he has speakers all over, so that you can hear different ambient music, Disney music, and he even has it such that as you're walking from the backyard or the front yard to the backyard, you're gonna gradually shift into a different music, and he did that intentionally to kind of match going from one area at Disney World to another. So ambient music. And that's Bob's specialty. So you guys got to come to Minnesota sometime, because maybe Bob and I could get inspired to do Minicot again and have you guys out. That would be a lot of fun. This is gorgeous. Yeah, that was a good picture, wasn't it, Angela? I love the subtle changes of music between the lands. That's exactly right, Megan, and that's exactly what Bob did at his house. Music and lighting, says Leanne. Yes. The area music is my favorite. Well, Bob, nobody knows it better than you. Music makes it so special, says Mary Ellen. Yep. Good one, says Noah. I need that at my house. It's worth it, Megan. Honestly, it's really cool. Our kids think we're nerds, right? I mean, but hey, we love it. Bob, I'm coming over. Good, Angela. You should definitely come over. I have zoned audio. Front yard is Epcot, backyard is Frontierland. Right. I forgot to say that. Yeah. Yeah, and it's appropriate too, because Bob's backyard, he's got the fire pit, and it's just perfect. So, hey, Sherry Awesome, good to see you. Sherry Awesome Sunset Travels is here. Sherry is one of the Live Places partner channels, and she goes live on a bit of a break right now, but goes live about her travel business. So check out Sherry. Let's see. Yeah, right, Megan. Who cares if we're nerds? We've accepted that. Bob and I have been living with that for a long time. Let's see. Disney nerds, every one of us. That's right, Leanne. Okay. All right, moving on, folks. Number five is... All right, what do you see here? All right, I know you guys know this. You guys know Disney just as good as anybody. This is a scene from Living with the Land, but I'm not specifically pointing out Living with the Land. Hey, Texas Takes, awesome. Good to see you. If I missed you earlier, I apologize. But yes, this is from Living with the Land, but when my number 5 favorite thing is classic Disney rides, the ones that have stuck around. Living with the Land. Blew my next one, sorry. Living with the Land, Spaceship Earth, the TTA or People Mover. I like the rides that have kept to the original design, just the sort of the original feeling. Road Trip Dave was talking last night about the changes they've made in the Figment ride, And I agreed with them 100%. I'm really disappointed because the first design was so much better. I love it when they keep the classic design. Now, I'm sure this is not Vegas. Yeah, you would think, though, the way I hit that button, this is OBS. If I fell behind on comics a little bit, but basically, when Mary Ellen put out that the Living with the Land, and I saw that transition from when you go to that farmyard into that area where they have the guitar music and the projection, black and white projections of the farmers. There's just something about that moment that just it reminds me of Epcot of the 90s, because it's always been there since then. So I just love classic Disney rides, and I love the fact that they've kept some around. I don't think the redesign of Spaceship Earth is a negative. I'm hopeful that they're going to keep, it's going to be a dark ride attraction. Yeah, there'll be some changes. I've always felt that top needs to be redesigned. So thanks, Leanne. Carousel of Progress was definitely on my list. I'm so glad they've kept Carousel of Progress around. Classic dark ride attractions are the best. Absolutely, Bob. And all of you know that we have talked so many times about Horizons and World of Motion. Those are two rides. Really miss those. Too bad that they couldn't just have repurposed them a bit and kept them around. Megan, I have my fast passes ready for Living with the Land. Yes, you got to get on Living with the Land, right? That's getting to be a busier ride, and I think that's kind of crazy. Remember, that was like a walk-on every time, and now you'll see half-hour plus lines for that thing. So I think people are realizing it's a great ride. Living with the Land is a real favorite now. Yep, I was interviewing Thomas Ever After, and Bob said that was his favorite ride. Exactly, Angela. It's just done so well. I love the music in there. Isn't that crazy that that's busy now, Megan? I mean, that was a walk-on, right? I want to say like 10, 15 years ago. You never waited for that ride. We stood in line for a while in August at Living with the Land. Yeah, yep. I think it's just people are realizing it's a great ride. Now, you may have seen my next one, my number 4 favorite, but it doesn't explain the whole thing. So I will go to my number 4 favorite, and that is unique restaurant experiences. And 45 minutes for Living with the Land? That's kind of crazy. That's what it's supposed to be for Soarin', right? Unique restaurant experiences. So look at the restaurants I have in here, and you'll see exactly what I mean. The Garden Grill, right? Satu'li Canteen, Ohana's, the Flame Tree Barbecue, and the California Grill. What is it that makes all these restaurants so good, and yet they're all so different, right? I just recently went to Satu'li's Canteen for the first time, and it was like unlike anything, right? I mean, it was different food, it was a different atmosphere, it had a different feeling to it, different music, and you get so many of these unique restaurant experiences at Disney World. Le Cellier, just so many great ones. Bob and I tried a new one last time, the Flying Fish Cafe. A little more pricey, but the food was amazing. So, all right, let me read some comments here. Good one, Dean. Awesome restaurant experiences. Yeah, right. I mean, that's big for a guy like me, and big for a big guy like me. Mary Ellen, or Texas Takes. Where should I add? Oh, okay, that was a comment from Mary Ellen. Wow, cool restaurants. Yeah, Bob. We always, when Bob and I go on our trips and first day down there, we always try to have a nice restaurant experience that first night. And I remember sitting at the Garden Grill with Bob once on our, I think, Bob, was that like our first trip we did together, just you and I, and we were sitting at the Garden Grill? I think we were going to meet Josh Pettit the next day, and we were like just on cloud 5 million. I mean, it was amazing. Love Flame Tree. Yeah, Wendy, I think that as far as like just the atmosphere, that is one of my favorites. Food is okay, but atmosphere is A++. Leanne says restaurant experiences are such a part of the Disney magic. Absolutely. Yeah, it's they've got so much of that figured out. So every time they launch a new restaurant, they're just so on top of it, and that's what I love. Megan says, I hope to go to Satu'li Canteen at my next trip. You've got to go, Megan, and I want to tell you what you've got to get. Now I got the rice bowl or whatever where you get all the different the meat, your veggie, your protein, your whatever, and I thought that was delicious. But you got to get the cheesecake. That cheesecake, that colorful cheesecake, is one of the most amazing desserts I've ever had, and I am not kidding. You got to go. Yeah, Bob and I sat with the legend R. Johns, and that was a lot of fun. Richard says that the cheeseburger pods are really good, so the next time I go, I think I'll try that. Thanks, Noah. Okay, Mary Ellen, right back at. Oh, okay, sorry. I think my favorite place I've eaten is Tusker House. Oh, Tusker House. I'm not sure if I've ever eaten there, Megan. So, Bob, if we have, remind me, but I don't remember eating there. Texas Takes. Dean, the Top Golf was so much. Oh, thanks, Texas Takes. Yeah, that was kind of like a very short impromptu live stream. My sister invited me to, they had a bay there, and so we went and hit some golf balls. It was a lot of fun. It was raining, but it was pretty cool. Yes, so many amazing options at Tusker House, and we had wonderful meet and greets. Oh, cool, man. Why is it I'm blanking on Tusker House? I can't think of where that is at the moment. I don't think we've done Tusker House. Yeah, I don't think we have either. I gotta look that up. I'm getting hungry here. All right, next. Okay, number 3. We're getting down there. I'm gonna ask. Does anybody have any guesses? Could I have a little fun with this and maybe ask, do any of you have a guess for my next 3? Leanne, you can't guess number 1 though, because I think you know it. Chicken kebab, spokesman head, look good. Sounds good. Stream, awesome stream. Also, Texas Takes. Oh, Texas Takes back. We'll look up your channel. Star Wars or Marvel. Nice guess. Very nice guess, but not in my top 3. Give you. I'll just add to that. I'm old, so I'm a little bit older. So it's not a ride, Angela. It's not a ride. Well, yeah, it's not a ride. This is a very general thing. This is one. You guys know Bob and I. Hey, I've known him for a long time. We have a lot in common. He's going to get this next one, and it is, and you'll never, I doubt anyone has said this yet. It is sauntering. Sauntering. Repeat after me, sauntering. Come on, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Walking around Disney World, walking in those inconspicuous places like here, which is between the Contemporary and the Magic Kingdom. There is nothing like sauntering around Disney World. According to Disney Dan, 50 is the new 20, so you are not old, Dean. Thank you, Leanne. I appreciate that. Hey, AJ, good to see you. Thanks for joining. AJ, the Kingdom Times. I mentioned you earlier, AJ, in my partner list with the Live Place. So I put up all my partner channels with the Live Place. So Mickey's Magic says he's right, Leanne. I might have missed. Oh yeah, right. The 50 is the new 20. I don't feel 50, and I'm at the edge of 50, to be honest with you. Sauntering around the Contemporary. So I knew Bob would totally get this. There is something about walking around Disney World. Hey, Nick of Magic News Live. Good to see you, my friend. Nick, I'm already at number 3, so I'm really nearing the end here, but glad you could join. Let's see. Great news for me. I might have missed some of the comments. Sorry. Dean is like 12 days older than I am, so he's old. That's right, Mary Ellen. Well, we don't feel old, do we? We feel young. I should go back to camera here. Yeah. So, sauntering, just think about it. Like I saw Josh of Resort TV 1 go live recently walking around the Polynesian. Is there anything like that? Bob, when he was down there on one of his trips last year, he went live just to allow us. I don't know, that might have just been to me, Bob, where you did that one live stream where you were walking around the Polynesian, and that is just the best right there. I'm definitely gonna watch. Thanks, AJ. I'm 49 this month. Oh, you're young. You're young, Leanne. You got a lot of time. Never grow up. That's right, Megan. No, we are spring chickens. Yes, I feel like a baby in this chat. Yeah, well, you are. I don't know who. We've got a wide range here now. Let's see. Been there, done that in August. Cool. All right, guys. So that was number 3, sauntering, and number 2. Here we go. This one is so easy. It's so obvious. What is my number 2 favorite thing? I'll give you a second to just guess, but I'm going to tell you it's as obvious can be. All right, it's just so obvious that when you see it, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, how could it be anything else?" What is my number 2 favorite thing? Any guesses? It's one word. Disney World. No, it's not quite that general, Megan. Thanks for guessing. It's kind of fun to have some guesses. Number 2. All right. Going to the parks. It's close. Close. All right. Movies, hotels, great guesses. They're all wonderful. But here it is. It's going to be so obvious. Epcot. Now, I want to expound on Epcot here a little bit. So, you know, when we have listened to people talk about their favorite parks at Disney World, sitting at cool chill spots, I kind of put that in the sauntering or fountain thing. But yes, Epcot. Epcot was the thing that drove the design of Disney World, really. I mean, obviously they opened up the Magic Kingdom Park first, but Epcot was Walt's excitement, right? It was the city of tomorrow. It just enveloped the hopes of the future. You know, it was going to be this place where people lived. I never thought that was a good idea, but Epcot, there is just something about Epcot. If I went down to Disney World and didn't get in any other park, I would be happy. And totally get that, Megan. I think the majority of folks tend to like Magic Kingdom, and I get that. It's really because that's where there's so much magic and so much detail, so many more rides. If you have little kids, you want to go to Magic Kingdom. Totally get that. But for myself, for Bob, for many of you, AJ, Noah, I'm sure you understand our love for Epcot, that feeling you get when you're there, walking around, the sounds, the spaciousness, the reflections of Earth, which I know when they redesign that, they're going to do a good job, right? We'll be happy with it. I feel confident. The multitude of restaurants, the rides that follow this progression of the past, the present, and the future. And so Epcot is really, it was an incredible idea. It would have been interesting to see the one that Walt had in mind, but I'm plenty happy with what they came up with. When I grow up, I want to live there in Epcot. I think it's your favorite too, Mary Ellen, right? If I remember right. Yeah, I'm positive it is. Sherry, I went to Epcot in 1986. It changed my life forever. Same here, Sherry. I went there in 1986 or 7, in fact. Isn't that funny? And the first thing I did was when I got home, I said, Bob, we're going down there. You're going to love this place. And so we went a couple of years later, and now he's been there a total of, what would you say, Bob? Probably 25, 30 times. So not bad. Epcot and Magic Kingdom is my 2 must-sees. Absolutely. I mean, there's no doubt about it, Leanne. Magic Kingdom is right behind. Flower and Garden, yes. And my picture included that, so it's just so amazing there. AJ, the futuristic technology aspect and all the cultures is what makes Epcot the best. I know. That is it right there. And that's what I fear that they've gotten away from. I really wish they'd take Innoventions and move back more towards the Communicore feel that it once had, because I feel like in that area they went a little bit backwards. Dean knew I would love Epcot the first time he went. I don't know if this was a mistake, but the first ride that we brought Bob on was Horizons, and the cream of the crop right away, and he was sold. And so yes, Epcot. Sooner Girl, I love Flower and Garden. I want to go during art in January. Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be very cool. It's totally my favorite, Dean. Yeah, I thought so, Mary Ellen. You did such a nice job of your live stream in Epcot and the Living with the Land video. Texas Takes. I have my 1993 ticket to Epcot. Oh, $36, man. That's probably a collectible right there. I would love to see a picture of that Texas Takes. That would be very cool. My first time in Epcot, I thought I had been transported to this awesome future utopia. It was surreal. I felt that when I was on Spaceship Earth. I remember when it got to the top and then I saw the Earth there, and then when we were going down backwards, I was like, this is just, it was just surreal. It was like nothing I'd ever experienced. I never got to experience Horizons. Yeah, unfortunately, Leanne, Mission Space, or I'm forgetting the name of the darn ride, was a big step backwards. But it was a great ride. Yeah, think about how that, you're talking over $100 now. Did you hear Spaceship Earth is going to close for 2 years? Yes. I hope the long wait for the renovation is worth it. AJ, I feel conflicted about that, in that they're saying 2.5 years, but what I heard they're going to do to it actually has me excited. I've always thought they needed to redo the top, and they're going to use that projection mapping up there, and so I'm actually pretty excited about that. So I think maybe we can try to live without it for a couple of years. Let's see. My grandpa gave me some of his old tickets. They are so cool. Oh, hold on to those, Megan. I wish I had something I wish I'd have kept that stuff. I hope it's changed for the better. Same here, Angela. I gave the guide as well. A lot of Kodak stuff. Right. Kodak was so big, and now they're no more. 2.5 years. I know, Megan. I was a little blown away by the length of time. Bob, Horizons was the best ever classic Disney. It was. Folks, it was. Coming around the bend, flying over New York, seeing these space images, the music, the ending, the beginning, it was amazing. World of Motion was awesome too. I really miss World of Motion, but all right. I really hope they do well on it. They're supposed to replace the whole track. Oh, really? Ooh, that sounds major. I'm curious to know who our new narrator. Oh, right, Megan. That's a good one. I've liked all of them, but I am a Walter Cronkite guy just because I was there when he was there. My neighbor was at Disneyland the day it opened. Wow, in 1955, right, Leanne? That's pretty amazing. Okay, guys, it's gone on for a while, and I am going to move on to number one. Now, Mary Ellen rode Horizons over and over before it went away. You could walk on that ride a lot of times, and yet it was so amazing. You'll never have that experience again, I'm afraid to say. All right, number one now. Number one is something, Leanne, she's here. She knows what it is. And you guys, number one, it basically captures everything that I just talked about. We did talk about it some. And tomorrow night, well, I'm going to go to it. Number one is Disney Excellence. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Disney Excellence here just for a minute or two. Disney Excellence is seen in everything. You cannot imagine the hundreds of thousands, millions of things that Disney has to accomplish every day. They have to make sure that we don't go and notice there are no napkins that we don't see any garbage on the ground, that we don't have bad experiences with the employees like you would at another place, at other places. Disney Excellence in the ride, so that when we're going through them, they progress. There's a sense of wonderment. There's so many things, and actually that's all I'm going to say for now, because tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Leanne Sooner Girl is going to do her first hosted live stream, and she is going to talk about Disney Excellence. And I've talked to Leanne a lot about this, and she has so many thoughts about it. She's, she is a Disney travel agent now, and she's going to talk a little bit about that. And she's going to cover Disney excellence. And so I'm going to join her and hope that I can offer some thoughts too. But we really want to get all of you folks to, if you have some time, join us tomorrow night so we can talk about Disney excellence, how they touch everything. So many things behind the scenes. They truly do an amazing job keeping it so magical, right, Megan? I mean, as Bob and our friend Josh and I used to say, is they have a department for everything. So when you they have a department for the water fountains. They have a department and number the garbage cans. They have a department for everything. I wish I could think of some better examples. But as we're walking around, we always see things and we always say, wow, you can just see the Disney excellence in everything that they do. So join us tomorrow night on. Leanne, I apologize. You guys, I forgot to put a link to Sooner Girls, Leanne's channel in here, but you can go to the live place and link to it there, or you can just do it right here. Just go to her name here and click on the 3 dots out there, and you will see. You will go to her channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Probably most of you already are. So let's go back through the comments here. Yep, the level of excellence is what is so good. You know, Bob and I have talked about that for years. AJ, Disney is what makes me me. I wouldn't know who I am without Disney. Isn't that something? I mean, it's shown us what we get excited about. And so I agree, AJ. Yay, Leanne, I'll send people over after my stream. Thank you, Megan. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I wanted to ask you that, Megan, if that was okay. By the way, you all know, but Megan goes live on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you join her for Megan's Magical Mondays. I know I got that a little messed up, Megan, but join her stream. Leanne, I am hosting the one and only Dean of Dream. Oh, thank you, Leanne. That's awfully nice of you to say that. Let's see here. There is no one that does this better. I was born in California and live in Vegas, and they can't compare. Not even close. I can't wait for the stream. Thank you, Angela. That's very encouraging. Yeah. There's just nobody who can do it like Disney. Epcot Bob, talking AJ. Let's see here. I'm going to just catch up with the comments. Such a big part of what we all love. Exactly. Just click on her name, right, Megan? Please, plus remember, this is an interactive stream tomorrow night, so please be ready to share your thoughts on Disney excellence. Leanne and I decided we're not going to prep much in advance. We already kind of got an idea, what we want to talk about, which is Disney excellence. We're just going to let the conversation happen. So we do need your participation. That would be very helpful. Thanks, Angela. Good that you can join us. Thanks, Megan. Tried posting the live place link, but I forgot I'm not a mod. Oh, well, we can change that, AJ. Just ask me, folks. I have no, what happened there? Oh, I see what happened. Okay. So you are now, AJ. Thank you for posting that. And I believe Bob says, I've traveled to many places. They are all great, but Disney is always my favorite. I am perfectly happy if Disney was the only place I ever traveled to. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. And you know what? I'm going to London and Paris in 2.5 weeks. And I've never been to Europe. And now I'm going. And I haven't gotten them excite me yet. But, of course, every time I go to Disney, I get very excited. Megan says, wait, there's prep for live streams. Anytime I prep, I always goes off in a different. Yeah, right, Megan. Well, I think that's okay, to be a little flexible. Thanks, AJ. Appreciate you doing that. And welcome to the mods. All right, thanks. All right, guys, I'm going to actually call it. Let me see if all right, I have a little closing thing just in case there's any trailing comments. Noah, thank you for joining. Thanks for joining, everybody. I'm not going to call out names because every time I do, I forget somebody. I get a little rushed, but I appreciate you all joining me here. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Disney Excellence, Sooner Girl channel with Leanne and I. We will see you guys. Thanks. Have a great night. Little closing, and have a great one.